Hello everyone and welcome to another first impressions video with me, TheSnorkTroll. Today we should be taking a look at Swedish developer Might and Delight's new game, Shelter. I've been looking forward to this game for quite a while now, and Sadir from Might and Delight was kind enough to provide me with a preview copy of the game to show you all. Some of you may remember that Might and Delight is the name behind last year's fantastic puzzle platformer PID, and they haven't disappointed with the follow-up. In fact, they've created something quite special. Shelter is a third-person survival adventure game for the PC that features a refreshing twist. Instead of being your typical dark and gritty end-of-the-world type survival affair, Shelter does away with this and has you playing from the perspective of a mother badger, with the sole task of protecting your litter of cubs from a selection of natural and predatory dangers that are out to separate mother and litter in the most tragic ways possible. Not only must you keep each individual in your litter safe from danger, but you must also keep them well fed by either foraging for roots, knocking down apples, or hunting down local wildlife with cunning and stealth. Feeding your young isn't quite as simple as just finding the food though. You must also carefully decide which member of your litter receives the food, as any cub that becomes too hungry will drain of colour and become too weak to follow the rest of the litter. Keep everyone fed though, and your family will have no trouble following you through the lush landscape set out for you to explore. Shelter's opening scene delivers the game's core objectives instantly with subtle visual clues that will soon see you making your way from your den out on a peaceful, calm adventure through the beginning territories as you get to grips with your new role as a badger mother. Peril, however, is never too far away after these opening scenes, and before you know it, hawks circle ominously overhead whilst walls, fire and other dangers wait for you on ground level, all vying for an opportunity to steal your young away. Shelter's ability to make you care and feel emotion is where it truly shines. Through its use of subtle emotional narrative, Shelter will have you frantically looking behind you, checking that all members of your family are safe and present, and have you wincing at the snapping of every twig, in fear of a predator lurking in the shadows. When disaster finally does befall one of your litter, the sense of guilt and loss is overwhelmingly real, with you truly feeling responsible for the outcome of the family's lives. Shelter's art style is truly breathtaking, with unique visuals that look like they were carefully moulded from patchwork and origami paper, awash with a palette of delicate pastel. This isn't to say that the world of Shelter is dull or lifeless. Far from it, in fact. Shelter's landscapes are lush and bursting with life, with birds flying overhead, frogs hopping past rushing streams, and foxes stalking around the base of a meticulously crafted tree. Shelter feels like it is alive, and you can't help but be captivated by its views as you forage around open fields, dense forest, or scorched scrubland. Shelter's atmosphere is reinforced by its brilliantly subtle use of sound. It is brought to life with the use of a detailed soundscape of natural sounds that make each landscape feel real and believable. Shelter is scored with a composition of strings, pads and percussions that peek out from below the natural soundscape at points of interest or peril. From the quick strum of an acoustic guitar chord to let you know you've successfully fed your young, to the strings that build tension in your most hopeless moments. Shelter's soundtrack isn't about music for music's sake, but instead to enhance the experience as you adventure through the game. With emphasis placed squarely on the emotion and narrative surrounding your badger family, Shelter is a truly unique and enjoyable title that easily stands shoulder to shoulder with many of the indie genre's recent greats, such as Journey and Dear Esther. Despite its relatively short play length, Shelter is paced perfectly from beginning to end. I do, however, find myself wanting more, and would gladly welcome any extra content Might and Delight might be thinking of adding in the future. Being devoid of any scoreboards and conventionally defined goals and objectives, Shelter may be a difficult game for some people to get their teeth into, but is an experience I highly recommend, as the journey you are taken on is unique and thought-provoking. Wrapping things up, Shelter is a very well made game, with easy to use controls that should be accessible to most people using the mouse and keyboard. If you like the look of the game, it features cross-platform support for both Windows and Mac and will be released on Steam on the 28th of August for £6.99 or roughly $9. It can also be purchased directly from Might and Delight in a discounted bundle with PID for $15, so if you like the look of the game, make sure you support Might and Delight and pick it up. You won't be disappointed. I hope you've all enjoyed this first look at Shelter, and for those of you who want to see more, I will be uploading a Let's Play series to provide more information for you guys. So if you want to keep up to date, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, I've been TheSnorkTroll, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.